It really is a secret magic sauce formula to success. Getting your truth on paper. And I think, you know, we'll break this down really simply. I think people are often editing themselves as they're writing, and that is not going to help you bring the results to life that you're wanting. So I want to give you a few tips.
The best mix from the 90s to now. It's Mix 2.5. Big Poppa in the afternoon. Mental Wellness Wednesday. Life coach Rebecca Silence. Rebecca, one of the things that I want to talk about is the importance of writing things down. A lot of times people are afraid, like you journal or a diary, like as a kid, like
Yeah.
that, why don't you start a diary? I never did because I never wanted anyone to read it. I was afraid someone would find it and read it. But talk about the positives and why it's good to write things down or get them out on paper or stuff like that.
I love that you're asking this question for two big reasons. The first is you're a man asking this question, which makes this idea of writing and journaling even more gender neutral. It is gender neutral, but we get very stereotypical, I think, about, journaling and
Rebecca,
diaries.
Rebecca, anytime I come to you with a question, 9 times out of 10, it's well, write it down, write a list, get it out of your system. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's why I bring it up because I know how important it is.
Right. But I love that you as a man are putting this out there for so many people because it really is a secret magic sauce formula to success. Getting your truth on paper. And I think, you know, we'll break this down really simply. I think people are often editing themselves as they're writing, and that is not going to help you bring the results to life that you're wanting. So I want to give you a few tips. And now I am a published author. So I've got some real credibility around writing, right? Which is so funny to say and to think about. But you know, this book, for example, it took me 3 years to write. And it's my life's work and the best I had up until now to give to all of you. But it took 3 years. The version of the book, year one, had 3 iterations. Messy, brain dump, wouldn't make sense to probably anybody but me. Year two, it got a little tighter. Year three, the book is called Coming Back to Life. It came to life. So I want to give you a tip that it doesn't matter, any of the external factors or the parts of you that you can't control, like your age, how much money's in your bank account, your sexual orientation. Like, I don't care who you are, freaking right. And the reason I'm saying that is because it will help you connect to you and your truth and what you do want and what doesn't work for you anymore and where you're tolerating and where you're back burnering you and putting everybody else in front of you. You writing will help you get way more honest about how you're living now, how you want to be living, and where the gaps are. And I always say, just get it out of your body and onto the page. And that's what you're talking about that I've been saying to you for so many years. Get it out of your body and get it onto the page because that gives you the power back. And that's the beginning of clarity. And we write for clarity and certainty about our next steps, period. And clarity is always hidden in plain sight and right here for you. It's never real that you don't actually know what you want or where you want your life to go. It's just you're all clogged up, so you can't access that information. So the writing starts to unclog the pipes, if you will, and get you more and more honest. But don't think it needs to come out pretty or clear. It's going to come out messy and it might not even make sense for a while, but just keep writing. And if the only thing you do is answer this one question every day for even 2 minutes in a journal, you'll get closer and closer and closer to being the you want to be. So the question is, what takes care of me today? Just answer that. We want to get you more and more in possibility and in the direction that you want to be going in your own life. And that
So,
starts with what takes care of me.
so I love what you just said, But what about the people that are afraid that whatever they write down will get found or will get read? And
Yeah.
that's a sticking point for a lot of people as far as taking a physical pen to paper.
Well, here's the thing. You in shame or in a fear of embarrassment or in, in your secrets, that's more disease and toxicity that you're bringing into your life. If you really have people in your life, I mean, my daughters go through all of my things 100% of the time. I just don't have any at this point in my life secrets that, if they found it, I would be unable to stand behind. However, there were a lot of years where there was a lot I wasn't ready, to have found out. So my point is, even if you need to write and then rip it up or burn it in your fireplace or have a Google Doc that you write and then it's deleted, just get it out. Or even a voice text to yourself that then you listen back to, that then you delete. It doesn't even necessarily have to be pen to paper. It just needs to be out of your body.
I have a ton of notes in my phone.
Right. And
Literally
and
just
then
go
I
through that.
will say, like, if it ever got found out, it's just you're ready to lead in. This is now public knowledge with whoever it is that has the information. I want us to have boundaries. Our life and our feelings and our experience and our deepest, darkest corners of our soul do not need to be, made public. It's just you getting more willing to be more honest and you getting more willing to not hold back who you really are because of fear. That's what's important here.
It is a Mental Wellness Wednesday. Life coach Rebecca Silence. Tougher Together, a breakthrough podcast. Also online, RebeccaSilence.com. Rebecca, awesome stuff as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye, everyone.